Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are embarking on a truly incredible journey. We're going to blend the raw physical exertion of a rugged Himalayan trek with the profound, quiet depths of ancient philosophy. It's this amazing story of nature, mythology, and the human search for meaning, all set against the backdrop of some of the highest, most breathtaking peaks in the entire world.
Okay, let's dive into this. Picture yourself out in the remote reaches of the Himalayas. Where in those mountains could you find a sacred fire, just a single flame, that is believed to have burned continuously across 3 entire cosmic ages? Honestly, it sounds like something straight out of a fantasy novel, doesn't it? But it's a real place, deeply anchored in both geographical reality and spiritual history.
The answer to that mythological mystery is the Triyuginarayan Temple. This is a sacred, completely off-the-radar sanctuary tucked quietly away in the Mandakini Valley of Uttarakhand, India. We are stepping way beyond standard commercial tourism here. This is a destination for the dedicated pilgrim, the curious trekker, and really anyone looking for some profoundly peaceful introspection away from the constant noise of our modern world.
But to really understand the temple, we first have to understand the effort it takes just to get there. Section 1. The physical journey begins.
Our destination sits at exactly 1980 meters, or roughly 6,500 feet above sea level. And I want to highlight that specific altitude right out of the gate to emphasize the physical reality of what we're talking about here. This isn't a casual stroll. You're starting from a base camp way down its own Prayag, navigating the unpredictable wild weather of the western Himalayas, and climbing steadily up into that thinner, crisper mountain air.
Let's just walk through the sensory details of this trek for a second. You're looking at a moderate 12-kilometer uphill trail starting from San Priyag. As you climb, you're completely enveloped by the rich biodiversity of the western Himalayan broadleaf forests. Just imagine the scent of dense pine and deodar trees all around you. If you go in early summer, the trail is literally ablaze with these vibrant red rhododendron blooms. And all the while, peeking through the tree line, you are constantly treated to these massive panoramic views of snow-capped Himalayan peaks.
But what truly brings this trek to life is the modern human element. Just read this real review from a trekker who recently completed a route in this region with a local guiding company. Bachan Rana and the team ensured our safety. Cook Subhash presented us with a surprise cake at -1 degrees Celsius. That is the reality of the mountain today, right? Incredible, warm hospitality persisting amidst absolutely freezing, punishing temperatures.
After miles of that physical exertion on the trail, you finally breach the tree line and enter the temple courtyard. Section 2. The Eternal Flame.
And this brilliantly illustrates the unique nature of where we are. Just 27 kilometers away is the world-famous Kedarnath Temple, known for its towering fame, massive mainstream pilgrimage, and, well, bustling crowds. But Triyuginarayan, it's defined by quiet modesty. It is this off-the-radar location that practically demands peaceful introspection. It's basically the quiet neighbor to a global superstar. Right in the courtyard of this quiet temple burns the Akanduni. It's an eternal flame believed to have burned continuously since a celestial wedding in ancient times. Now, for modern pilgrims stepping out of the freezing mountain air, this fire acts as a very real physical source of warmth. But more importantly, it serves as the theological anchor for the entire site.
So what exactly was this massive event? Let's get into Section 3, the celestial wedding.
According to local Puranic tradition, which is accepted by pilgrims and the priests across the entire Kedarnath region, Triyuginarayan is the exact spot, the Panigrana Stala, or original wedding ground, where the cosmic forces of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati were united in marriage. It's revered not just as a monument to the story, but as the literal, historic venue of this divine union.
And the landscape reflects this legend perfectly. Surrounding the temple, you'll find 3 physical springs, Rudrakund, Vishnukund, and Brahmakund. Pilgrims today actually bathe in these very waters, which represent the literal remnants of the supreme deities who supposedly attended that ancient celestial wedding to bless the couple.
Now, what's really interesting here is the mind-bending scale of time the temple represents. Section 4. Lord of 3 Ages. Let's break down the etymology of the site's name. Tri means 3, Yuga means cosmic age, and Narayan is a name for Lord Vishnu. Put all of that together, and Triyuginarayan translates to Lord Vishnu existing as a supreme presence bearing witness across 3 distinct cosmic eras.
To truly grasp this, map out this cosmic timeline with me.
In Hindu cosmology, time is basically a cycle of moral decline. The celestial wedding of Shiva and Parvati took place in the Satya Yuga, the age of ultimate truth and purity. Lord Vishnu was present then as a witness, and the belief is that he has remained present at this exact site through the Treta Yuga, the Dwapar Yuga, and all the way into our current modern era of strife and ignorance, the Kali Yuga. This single flame connects our chaotic present directly back to that ancient purity.
Which brings us to the real climax of our journey today. Section 5, a sacred pause.
Inside the single sanctum of the temple sits a truly fascinating depiction, a black stone idol of Lord Vishnu seated in Dhyana Mudra, which is a state of deep meditation. And what's incredible here is that he is depicted entirely without his usual weapons. No conch, no discus. This is highly unique. It completely contrasts with the typical representations of gods as active, imposing warriors or kings.
So the crucial point is captured beautifully in this quote from a local temple priest. Lord Vishnu is not here as a warrior or king, but as a silent witness. This perfectly embodies a profound concept in Advaita Vedanta philosophy known as Sakshi, the witness consciousness. It teaches that the deepest, truest part of the self is not the actor who is constantly doing, reacting, and striving, but the eternal, silent witness who simply observes.
But, we must ground this high philosophy in the physical reality of the region today, because this area is incredibly fragile. Local priests, like Athuljam Loki, carry very heavy, remorseful memories of the devastating 2013 Kedarnath floods. The region faces continuous threats from landslides and glacial retreat due to climate change. In response, strict eco-sensitive zones and plastic bans have been implemented. The utter stillness inside the temple sits in stark contrast to the volatile, rapidly changing environment just outside its doors.
And this juxtaposition really ties our whole explainer together. The rugged, uphill, physical motion of the trek through a fragile ecosystem ultimately leads you to the quiet stillness of the witness. Pilgrimage is not just about reaching a destination on a map, it is about pausing, reflecting, and remembering. It's about finding that elusive balance between action and stillness.
So, as we wrap up this exploration of Triyuginarayan, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. In a fast-paced modern world that is constantly demanding action, output, and motion from you, when was the last time you took a sacred pause, simply to be a silent witness to your own life? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep reflecting, and I'll catch you next time.